I was so excited to go to Barcelona.
Coming up on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show.
No Wi-Fi, no phones.
There are some little people.
Little people ghosts are the scariest ghosts. Why do you think they have little kids in movies? Because it's scary.
There was an incident, and one of the producers was like white as a ghost.
I want to thank you for giving you something to talk about and making your ass relevant.
How does anyone make anyone relevant? And no one's ever met her before.
And then you said that the ladies were fake socialites.
None of us here are from, you know, good breeding, despite what Sutton wants to think of herself. So, f off.
The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show starts right now.
A comment you made about the ladies was brought up at a dinner in Barcelona.
I said I want to go home to my amazing house with my perfect husband and my awesome kids and not be lonely or insecure. Yeah, I said that. I was mad. I'm gonna wake up in the morning to my amazing children and my amazing husband and my amazing life and thank God that I'm not lonely and I'm not insecure.
Damn.
Who's lonely and insecure?
Sutton.
I'm the lonely one. She obviously has gotten information from someone who I'm guessing is the one that brought her on the show that she knows, that she's friends with. And that person is Kyle. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not sure why Kyle, what is Kyle doing? She's trying to say, you know, I have an eating disorder.
I've seen you push around a plate and say that you have some disorder where you choke and can't eat your food.
Small esophagus is not the reason. Did you have an eating disorder?
A drinking problem.
I said I didn't know if this was your first drink or your fifth.
The doctor said she can drink and have gabapentin at the same time.
Which he did.
Well, you can't.
Now, I've made up my esophageal disorder.
Sutton says she has this thing wrong with her small esophagus.
Stricture in your esophagus, all you do is chew your food more.
And I have made up my foot thing. I mean, like everything.
And you're alone and insecure.
And
Lonely and
no,
insecure.
Crystal's insecure.
Well,
I'm just lonely.
The reason I felt bad for Sutton in that moment is A, I knew it was directed towards her.
Right.
And B, I don't think of you as like lonely. I don't know. I felt like maybe Garcelle does at times, you know.
Sure.
That's why she's looking, you know, for a partner in life. But with Sutton, I do feel that she actually is lonely. Mm-hmm. So that I felt like that's
hit,
why.
yeah,
it made me feel bad.
Yeah. I didn't feel that bad, but I could see where she was going. You know, I was like, oh well, yeah.
Well, I don't know if someone's telling her things.
But how
I
would
think
you feel
she's
if your
finding
life was
out
getting
things.
picked over?
Oh, no, I wouldn't have liked it at all. I didn't
mean-
like the fact that I told you. That she said, you know, that if she's going home to her amazing husband and children, and we are not.
Yeah.
And that's like, we're not validated unless there's a man at the house.
I was kind of happy I'm not going home to my husband.
You're like, some of us are happy we're not
I was
going
gonna
home.
have it. I was like, oh well, yeah. You know, I can't believe I'm even gonna say this. Right now, everything's great for Annemarie, but shit could turn out bad later. You know, like you never know how it could turn out. You could be single and lonely too. You know, it's just a matter of time for all of us. So that's the way I look at it. Like it's a matter of time for anybody.
Positive spice over here.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like it could happen, right, to anybody at any time. Therefore, you want to be, you know, just,
Well,
you know what
listen,
I'm saying.
this is true.
You know, any one of us could be single and, you know, perhaps lonely. It could happen to anybody.
So tell us how you felt going into the Spain trip.
I was so excited to go to Barcelona. I was excited to stay in this Spanish villa.
Can we talk about the house?
OMG. I was like terrified.
No Wi-Fi, no phones.
It just kind of went from like really a little bad
It's haunted.
to worse.
There are some little people.
So you failed to mention this earlier.
Super friendly.
Did you not know this?
Okay, stop yelling at me. One, she's a very attractive woman. And
Yes, okay.
And two, I had no idea that you had such a fear of ghosts.
Little people ghosts are the scariest ghosts. Why do you think they have little kids in movies? Because it's scary.
Well, I was in the Chucky series.
Yes, I know.
Chucky's not that scary. He didn't even try to come kill me.
This group is so anxiety-ridden, number one.
Are you saying ghosts?
Spirits.
I've never seen them.
Seen them or hear them or feel them?
We're gonna die. You, me, Dorit, and then everyone else that's a nutcase. And she tells us, the house manager tells us that there are The house is 700 or 800 years old. Jesus times up here.
I don't like old things. Like my house has to be new. If I'm gonna stay somewhere, it has to be new. Like I don't like old.
I love an old historic home. I built my home based on to look like 1920s revival. Like I love it.
I don't like dust. I don't like things that smell like mothballs. Like I don't like old.
This was not the version I wanted.
I'm telling you, listen. Just now you left it. Now you left it over here.
Nobody jumped out of there.
Yet.
Here's the thing. If you have a home or an estate that's 700 to 800 years old, that's a lot of energy. People have to have met their demise in there one way or another.
Many a time.
There were some strange occurrences.
Oh my gosh, it fell.
It fell?
Oh my God, oh my God.
There was an incident where one of the producers was in the house waiting for us to get home one night, and he was like white as a ghost when he saw us, and he was so happy. He said, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you're home." And then he showed me this video of him sort of walking around, and then all of a sudden he heard like this loud noise, and the chandelier like really start, and you hear him scream at the top of his lungs and run.
You know what you don't want to hear in the middle of the night?
Sutton!
Sutton!
Garcelle?
I'm coming in.
That's scary at 2 in the
I
morning.
was so scared to sleep by myself.
And then what did I set up?
Oh my gosh, she did a bridge. She did
The pillow
she did a
bridge.
pillow bridge. So we would have our separate spaces.
Sutton booked this house.
Thanks a lot. That's the good thing about these trips. You can always blame the host.
That's a little secret with the Housewives too.
But people don't know.
We don't want the blame if
it goes wrong. Put it off on the host.
Yeah.
This is your fault.
So you're in this Sprinter van on the way to the house in Sutton. You decide to play a game.
All of a sudden.
Surprise, surprise. It's about Sutton again.
What was my first job in New York City?
Oh, barista.
Starbucks. Coffee. Stripper?
That's Erika. What a surprise that game turned out to be. Erika, for the win.
One of my cats' names.
Prince.
You get a point.
John.
Crystal.
F-150.
I mean,
Well, I ended up winning.
If you want that you know the most about Sutton,
I did.
that's not a good sign for anybody across the board,
I know.
especially Sutton.
Nobody listens like Erika. Erika is a great, like phenomenal listener. She hears everything. She retains information. Like Erika's like Rain Man.
I mean, she's like one of those, that game that the things that you hit on the head. What's that game? Whack-a-mole. The whack-a-mole in the backseat just pops up, and she knows every frickin' answer.
She knew everything.
I was like, oh no. That means she knows everything about all of us, because she listens.
She does listen. When you think she's not listening. When you think she's plotting to kill you.
but she is.
And I looked at Garcelle. I was like, why don't you know these things? You're her best friend. And she was just like,
What is my father's name?
Mr. Sutton.
You're really disappointing.
I'm not even trying.
I think they're good friends.
I think they're good friends. I don't think
Yeah.
they're best friends.
I think you got maybe one question right. If not, you got 0 right.
I don't think I even got one right.
Okay.
Maybe how many kids do you have? I don't know if that came up.
What is the name of my middle child?
Philip.
Yes.
How many children do I have?
3.
Okay. The person that I love the most in that car
Didn't know.
knows nothing.
I didn't really want to play.
Okay, fine.